Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about some books being cooked, and it's not Disney this time. We have another video we're doing.
Not yet.
Not yet, but I think we might be headed that way. We're going to talk about this. The Wrap put an article out that Warner Brothers supposedly cooked the books on HBO Max subscriber numbers, misleading shareholders in Discovery merger, according to this lawsuit. Golly gee willikers, I can't imagine why any corporation would have an incentive to lie about their subscriber numbers. And if they're doing it, who else is doing it?
Oh, we know one that we're pretty sure is doing it. Well, I mean, because they're counting people multiple times. They're giving out free subscriptions as bonuses and then counting them, I'm just saying.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Are we ever going to find out the truth? Who the hell?
No, you're never going to find the truth about any of this stuff.
Anyway, so let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, over 276,000 legitimate subs. Unlike HBO Max. So yeah, this is pretty...
Allegedly, possibly, maybe.
Allegedly, possibly, maybe. So this is coming from The Wrap. Had a couple people tag us in. Warner Brothers cooked the HBO Max subscriber numbers, misleading shareholders in Discovery merger lawsuit claims. Illinois Police Pension Board brought the suit, suggesting hundreds of thousands of Discovery shareholders were duped. Warner Brothers cooked its HBO Max subscriber numbers by as many as 10 million and misled shareholders in other ways that violates the Securities Act to complete its merger with Discovery. According to a class action lawsuit that claims it could potentially represent hundreds of thousands of plaintiffs. A lawsuit was filed last Friday in New York on behalf of the Collinsville Police Pension Board, an Illinois-based shareholder of Warner Brothers Discovery stock. This is kind of like when the nuns called out Disney. Remember that? Nuns called out Disney? It accepted and traded for its pre-merger Class C common Discovery shares. Lawsuit names, I'm not going to get into all this junk. Lawsuit names Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav and CFO Gunnar Wiedenfels as defendants. Warner Brothers Discovery did not respond to a request for comment. The lawsuit says, among other things, adverse information was being kept hidden. The merging companies overstated the subscriber base for HBO Max. Gosh, it's almost like maybe they're counting subscribers twice. Like,
so what they're mad about, though? Whoa. Disney, if they get through, you should be clenching your ass. Warner Media was concentrating its investments in streaming and ignoring its other business lines. Overstated the number of subscribers to HBO Max by as many as 10 million subscribers by including as subscribers AT&T customers who had received bundled access to HBO Max but had not signed on to the service. You mean like Disney's done 2 or 3 times now?
That is true. Disney, like every year, they have a bundle or a Verizon deal or something.
Yeah, they were giving it for different places, and people were considered subscribers because they probably worked out with the phone service place where they get a discount. And, so it could even be that AT&T was paying for these people, as a deal with HBO Max. Like, I don't think they just, gave it to them for free.
Right.
And so AT&T was technically the customer, but they're counting each person as a customer. Disney did the same thing repeatedly.
So more than 700 million shares of Warner Brothers Discovery were issued to Discovery common and preferred shareholders pursuant to the merger. According to the lawsuit, hundreds of thousands of people could potentially join the federal securities class action suit filed in a New York federal district court.
Well, if that was their argument, they're not going to probably win because there's already a precedent for this done by other streaming companies.
But it could open the floodgates for more class action lawsuits.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to win this one.
Discovery and Warner Media merged May of 2021 or announced their plans to merge and close this year on April 8th. And the bloodbath has been severe. There's been quite the bloodletting. The lawsuit says the registration statement prospectus of the defendants' other public statements contain untrue statements of material fact.
So basically, what's going on is their stock dropped and they're mad about it. Is that
pretty
basically
much
what's going on?
Pretty much. The stock dropped because people are like, does Warner Brothers Discovery actually have a plan, or is David Zaslav just going to fire everybody and start over?
Stocks are just dropping across the board, especially for entertainment things. Like a lot of things are dropping. Amazon's dropping, Disney's dropping, Warner's dropping. I mean, there's a lot of places that are dropping, and it sounds like they are. My stock dropped, and now I'm mad because you said there was more subscribers than there are.
So the domino effect of this, though, this getting a lot of press, is I'm sure the other streamers are going to have the same kind of...
No, Disney for sure was doing it. Same thing.
Well, Disney, I mean, that's like, we said before, they were trying to claim that they had the most subscribers. Yeah, because some households are counting as 3 subscriptions because they bundle them. So they're like, oh, this person has Disney Plus and Hulu and ESPN Plus. It's one person, but hey, it's 3 subscriptions. We have more subscribers than Netflix. But
well, again, we know they were giving it away with like Verizon bundles and stuff for a long time.
Yeah, so it'll be really interesting to see if Disney has some blowback. Now, why I have to wonder when they talk about their numbers. Are they overinflating their numbers for viewership too, to be like, oh my God, guys, now I know House of the Dragon's very popular. I'm not arguing that it's popular, but is it as popular as they're claiming?
We did question that because we had the third party groups and we saw their numbers in comparison to what numbers HBO Max was putting out, and there was a discrepancy. It wasn't anywhere near to the extreme that Amazon's discrepancy was. But there was a discrepancy there. Yeah,
so I mean that's going to be the next thing. This is why I think with streaming services, eventually there's going to be some kind of like verified third-party company set up or something to be like, we're going to track how many actual subscribers you have. We're going to track your actual watch time, your actual viewer data, because right now they can just make it up. They can say, hey, Netflix She-Ra is the most popular show ever made, and you just have to believe them, and the media runs with it, and eventually people believe it's true, but there's nothing you can do really to,
sometimes the media just says it.
Sometimes they just say it. So here's what's going to be interesting too. Netflix, we'll talk about this real quick before wrapping this video up, and this is going to be another domino, I think, that falls, but I mean, their stock is dropping. They changed their viewership metrics last year. And now they're actually being a little more transparent, like showing you what their top 10 is and like the millions of hours watched or whatever. But the word is that a whole bunch of people are quitting Netflix. They're going to quit Netflix.
Well, they said the majority of the reason is because of the expense, which was interesting to me because Netflix is actually going to offer a cheaper version of the service that's ad supported, but it actually is going to have a price drop for those who don't want to pay, the higher prices for it. Meanwhile, Disney is increasing all their prices, and the one that's the ad-supported lowest tier is whatever the current tier is. So I would think if they're going to quit Netflix because of expense, Disney should be worried.
Yeah.
HBO too, because they're expensive.
Yeah, HBO is actually I think they're the most expensive. But what's really interesting about this is they said that 40% of people said they plan to exit Netflix due to increased price. Now, they only surveyed 1,000 people.
Right. So, I mean, to be fair. But if people are quitting these services because of the expense, like I said, Netflix is going to be offering an ad-supported, cheaper tier. To me, it just seems weird because Disney is going to be jacking all their rates. Their numbers should take a huge hit too.
Yeah. So I'm like, are they going to? Because the thing is, the investors. The problem with being a publicly traded company, what's been keeping them going, quarter after quarter, year after year is, their Disney Plus numbers. Oh, we have more subscribers. Disney and Netflix, they can never say, hey guys, we lost like a ton. What Netflix did last time when they knew they were bleeding subs is they set the expectation really high. Like, we're going to lose like 2 million people. Oh my God, that's horrible. 2 million subs. That's terrible. Yeah, it's going to be horrible, guys. And then it's like, oh, we only lost like 1.5 million.
Yeah, so it's a win.
Whoa, it's a win. And Disney, same thing. Like, well, we've got more subs than Netflix, or more total subscriptions than Netflix when you count some of these households as having 3 subscriptions. So they're going to do what they got to do to make it look like they're, the top company.
That's right. So I'm saying if people are going to start suing HBO over it, HBO Max, Discovery Plus, and Disney and Netflix might want to start being concerned. Well, not Netflix so much, but Disney definitely.
Oh, Disney definitely. And we have another video coming up talking about
Disney and lawsuits.
So stay tuned, guys. Going to wrap this up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.